Hello, this is R Rats with Team 4545 League, analyzing the game between Slimelog 2 and Cow Cow. I hope I said that correctly. This is played in the final round of the playoffs of team event number 52. White needs to win to tie the match to force one more round. So let's see what happens. Okay. Now plenty of chances to transpose into a lot of openings. Let's just kind of run through it, and I'll make some comments as we go. It looks like it's probably headed for a King's Indian defense, but the possibility of a symmetrical English exists if black will push c5. I played the black side of a symmetrical English with Slime Dog a few months ago, and I'm quite certain he is ready to play against it. Okay, so that kind of diminishes the chances of the symmetrical English. So white just says, okay, King's Indian, that's fine with me. And neither side has anything to worry about. We're still pretty much following theory, except here, h6. I wonder about that move. Usually, that's a move that white will play in the King's Indian, and the reason is it's to keep a knight out of g4 so that the bishop can move to e3. And black isn't even close to wanting to put a bishop on e6, and generally he won't want to put a bishop on e6 because it might get kicked with d5. Now, it's not a bad move, it's just not an expected move. There's plenty of possibilities. It provides a square for the knight to jump to if he wants to get f5 in, but the knight could still move to h5 or e8 if that's the intention. So it doesn't cost black the game at all, but maybe it would have been better to just get the pieces developed. But anyway, I just wanted to make a few observations about it. We'll go forward. Okay, queen c2, and there's just some simple developing moves, and there. White played h3. Obviously, maybe that's to, like I say, to secure bishop e3. There's not too much happening in this, except that my computer has lag. I already drew an arrow a few seconds ago, so I got to go slow. Now it's lagging again. Okay, hopefully it's not too bad. I had to stop the recording last time about 10 minutes in because of this, and it's lagging. Oh, rats. Now you see where the name "all rats" came from. You know, things just don't go right. No, rats. Okay, we'll try. We'll see what happens. Okay, not too much is happening except both sides are just casually maneuvering yet. White's grabbing just a little bit more space. And here's the critical point of the game. The first critical point as I see it. Okay, black's playing for a draw. He's happy with the draw. What's the best move to get the draw if you're going to do anything with that pawn on c6? Stop the video if you want. Take a moment, reflect. Okay, you're back. I believe the best way to play for the draw is to play pawn to c5. The reason? It locks up that center. Nothing's going through it. That leaves 5 files to maneuver down. And I had an interesting discussion with someone elsewhere about what constitutes an open file, and I have my own unique definition of it. Generally, you think of an open file as where there's been some exchanges of pawns, and a rook can sit on the open file and maybe run as far as the 8th rank or pressure a pawn on the 6th or 7th rank. And in this case, none of these files that I've drawn the long arrows are open, but the possibility for them to open up or maneuver down them exists, because clearly you're not going through that pawn center. That's blocked. Here, let me put circles on it so it looks a little more clear what I'm trying to do here. Instead of saying big arrows, little arrows. So I think the move to play for a draw is c5. Now what's white going to do? If he takes, well, if he pushes by, you killed another file, but let me just back up and get rid of these. Yeah. Okay, c5. Okay. Whatever white tries here, since we're now going to have that extra, we're going to have the center locked, black has resources. So whether white pushes by or exchanges on c5, there are ways for black to play this position that he can hold on. And by making the exchange that he did, he creates a new strategic imbalance into the position. Let's just show you. Okay, he takes on d5, and white plays a nice little zwish and zug. And now here's our strategic imbalance. Now there's 4 pawn majority to 3 on each side of the board for either side. White 4 to 3 on the queen side, black 4 to 3 on the king side. I think this increases winning chances for both sides. So let's think for a moment. Let's suppose in this position, against 2 equal participants, white wins 45 times, black wins 45 times, and there's 10 draws. Okay? Now let's consider the center lock. Now maybe that just increases the draws, and we'll just throw this out there. White wins 30 times, black wins 30 times, and there's 40 draws. Well, the likelihood of a draw or a black win, which is fine for black here, is greater. So sometimes when you're analyzing, if you're happy with the draw, or if it's a team event, you need a draw, kind of think these things over. Which variation is most likely to get a draw? Which variation is most likely to lead to one side winning? And maybe that'll help you evaluate your choice. Because team tournaments have just a wee bit more strategy. You often take one for the team. You don't win a game that has winning chances because you're securing the team win. Okay, let's go on. Extremely interesting game. Well played. But let's see what happens. Okay, so now just a wee bit more maneuvering going on, and the question is, when's someone going to generate something? Eventually, white may want to try to break with c5, and black may want to try to f7, f5, and then get his pawn majority rolling, transfer some pieces over to the king side, and maybe black can do a king side attack here. It's hard to say, or black can just sit there and say, let's see what you got, white. I'll defend it. The one concern I have for the black position right now is this bishop on b7. It's not doing a heck of a lot. It can't get over to the king side if it's needed. But in a way, it's fine right there. It's got some indirect pressure on d5. If the white pawn break comes with c5, maybe that at some variations that d5 pawn will be weak. We don't know. But it's a mild concern to have, just to have one piece out of play. Because both sides are developed, both sides are doing fine, and like I say, just some more maneuvering goes on, and there's really not a heck of a lot here. Now white tries the minority attack. Okay, so and as it turns out, white actually comes up with some potential attacking chances here, and we'll see as we get there. Now more transfer over to the pieces transferred over to the king side, and maybe black's getting ready for f5. I don't know. And interesting move. I don't know if h5 is playable here, but he took. And if I'm white, what I want to do is find a way to get my queen to h4. Now that doesn't mate or anything, but where else is the queen going to invade? That's about it. The only other active plan to try for an attack would be to try to run the h-pawn up and trade it off and get some open lines. I'm sure the players thought about a lot of things, how to do things. Okay, now black gets that f5 in. Now it looks like there's a little threat here, f4, which attacks and traps the bishop and attacks the knight on g5. So white's got to deal with that. White play and do the best he can. Pause. Come back. Okay, we're back. What does white do? He plays f4. Good job. Okay, I'm sure all of you found it. And notice the time. It's getting close to 3 minutes for white and 8 minutes for black. So they're giving it a good try. They're playing good moves as a result. So this is what happens when you slow down and think. And there, black thought for a long time on that move. Unfortunately, I think time's going to probably play a role in this at some point. That's one of the drawbacks with taking too much time. But some of you guys just play too fast and spoil the chances to play this well. And the better you play, the more chances you have. So when you slow down, your game's going to last longer and you'll really enjoy playing chess more. Okay, so now it's kind of interesting. This has got a tactic. What's black threatening? Well, it's white's move. He's got a chance to see it and defend it. I don't know if he saw it or just allowed it. But here it comes. Now black has a nice little tactic here. Gives up the queen, but the queen comes right back, and out the window went any potential attacking chances white had. And I'm looking at this position now, and I'm thinking black's got an easy draw if he wants it, and maybe even some winning chances, simply because white's lost all of his momentum on the king side, and those black pawns look good over there. One of them's passed. White doesn't have a pass pawn yet, so let's see what happens. Okay, attacks things. Now that's kind of a bold move. I kind of question that for a second. I'm thinking just let it sit, because what it does is it drops this pawn on g6. Now's the time to start thinking about activating guys. Rook f7 is an interesting move because it gives you two ways to double. Double on the f file or double on the c file. And knight f6 is a decent move because it gets the knight into the game. f4 just seems a little rushed. I'm not saying it doesn't cost black the game at all, but I don't know. Unless black really figures something out here, just giving up a pawn doesn't seem to be the right choice. So white has every chance to be optimistic now. But then it seems like maybe white went astray, partially because of some low time. All of a sudden, that pawn's starting to look a little more dangerous, and now black can win the pawn back. And he didn't take it this move. He takes it next move. I think it'd be wise to just go ahead and take it, because then you're attacking another pawn and you're telling white, show me your plan. So what black does instead of taking it is, this is an interesting move, puts the question to the rook. So logically that could make some sense, but you can do that next move. Make white eat a little more time and force him to play something he may not play. And I don't really have time to go, well, I'll do it. Let's just back it up. When we play bishop g3, it limits where the rook goes. So rook takes c4, which I'm suggesting. It's attacking on b4. What's white do? Does he gambit that pawn? Well, the knight doesn't really have any great discoveries to run. So you got to start considering moves like a3 to hold on to it, or rook b1, or maybe move the knight. Well, where's the knight go? Ouch. Okay, maybe you can go to a4 and attack on b6. But it starts making white consume some time, and they can always play bishop g3 next move. Anyway. Okay, it's stupid things lagging again. Come on, man. Don't do this to me. There it goes. Okay. Let's get through this in the last 2 minutes. Okay. There he took it. And then white counterattacks. And it almost looks like black's winning this. Black's infesting the white position. Earlier we were talking about white trying for an attack, and now black's doing it. So I'm not sure who's winning here. And both are short of time. Like I say, it's an extremely interesting game. And here's that bishop out of play still. Too bad it didn't get in. But then all of a sudden white wins a pawn. So somewhere black has gone wrong here. And eventually more exchanges come up. Now the white king is more active for the endgame. The black king is out of play. So somewhere black's gone astray here. And the players can tell us when they comment, because I'm going to insist that they get in there and say something. Okay. Because they'll see this video. And it looks now that white just got a simple win. The outside pass pawn is going to be the difference maker here. And the thing wants to lag again. Okay. There, bishop. That should be a routine win for white simply because of that outside pass pawn. We only have a few seconds left. But putting the king that direction, well, something's got to stay close, but you can't really move your king away because he's slow to come back. And if white can safely run over there and win that pawn, black's hurting. Well, it's a wonderful game by white. What happens is the pieces come off here real quick, and Black's left with a lost game. So great game, both players. You have everything to be proud of, and congratulations, White. This means drawn match, and I get to do 4 games next week. Okay, thanks everyone for their time.